wings weak, sore beak from biting on the bark, talons torn, two tatters from clutching down too hard. Songbird, songbird, singing the sweetest sounds, so sweet the world feeds. You fly, they shoot me down. Pale hands clutch me, I awoke caged. Blue eyes stare, demanding I serenade. Beat me in a rage till the pitch was how they lie. Cage bird body serves, but I'm free within my mind, and I get to choose, to choose. If you weren't weighed by rage, you can sing and fly too, and I get to choose, to choose. My wings take me too high to lose the sky over you.
Ooh, ow,
Bennee.
I gotta start using it or else it'll never heal.
Never gonna heal if you don't rest it either.
But I'm slowing us down as long as I'm like this.
We ain't got nothing to run from no more.
I don't want to go back.
We not.
But the patty rollers.
Been traveling north since yesterday. That's what Mr. James said.
That's what Mr. James heard.
We safe now, Bennee. We threw him off with our scent.
We thought they lost their scent the last time, too. Mr. James could be lying.
Bennee.
The patty rollers could be on their way right now.
Bennee.
Ow, what?
What I promise you. What I've been promising you every night for bed.
That we get free?
And what is we now? I ever break a promise to you?
Where are we even going?
You tell me. Used to sneak picture books all these different places from around the world, begging me to take you. You'd even dream about them, wake up in the middle of the night talking my head off about some promised land.
I was just saying old stories Grandma told me. A lost past.
An abandoned future. And we can get there if we dream it. We headed north now, but once we free, this whole world is ours to explore. So, go on. Tell me about our land of milk and honey.
Not now, Mama.
I want to hear it, Bennee. I need to hear it.
Most times, I just dream. I see what Grandma described. Africa, this big old land with lots of sights. Mulatto horses, black and white, trotting all around. Big old cats with teeth as long as my hand, and fiery fur around their neck. Big, beefy bulls, way bigger than the cows on the farm. And the people there are so pretty. Most of all, they ain't white. They Negroes even darker than us. Pretty blue-black skin, the color of moonless midnight. They build their own without white folks bothering them. They had whole kingdoms to themselves. Gold buildings, gold thrones, gold roads. They had giant parties, bodies twisting like stray flames. Their music was loud and soulful too, not boring like Mrs. Cooper's piano playing.
Now don't be talking bad about the dead.
You taught me to tell the truth.
I taught you manners.
Why should we worry about white folks liking our manners?
Bennee.
What, Mrs. Cooper ever give to you but wounds and scars?
She's still human, Bennee. Still deserve peace, still deserve rest.
But ain't we human? Why they never give us peace, give us rest? Granny told us both stories about Africa. As lovely as it sounded, it all got destroyed when white folks came and took her, right? So why worry about manners? Give them the grief they gave us.
You ain't never gonna get to heaven with all that hate weighing you down.
Don't matter how I'm being weighed down if I'm also caged.
Hide.
Medley? Medley? Medley! Oh, thank God you're safe.
Mr. James, what's wrong?
Grant is on the way.
How'd he find out where we was?
I don't know. I don't know.
I thought you told him a slave was liable to run north, no pit stop.
And Grant shook my hand, thanked me for the advice, and rode north with the paddy rollers. That's the story I told him. Them's the actions that he took. You serious?
You told him paddy rollers where we was.
Medley, we don't have time for this. Medley, listen. Medley, Grant and a group of paddy rollers is on their way here right now. I saw their torches flicker. I heard their dogs snarl at the moon. I gave my word I would help you and Bennee escape, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Please help us.
You and Bennee have to escape on foot.
But you promised you'd take us.
I will. But if I'm not here when Grant arrives, he'll know I've escaped with you and Bennee. Reconfirm his suspicions, and he won't stop until we're both hunted and hung.
But Bennee can't run on her leg. The dog bite.
Then instead of running, go hide in the forest. I'll find you in the morning when they've given up and move on. We wait a few days until our escort arrives.
Just hide me and Bennee somewhere in the church.
Now, Grant grew up here the same as I did, our daddy's church. He knows every nook and cranny. You got better luck hiding in the forest where nature can hide your scent and the darkness can hide you and Bennee. Now go. I'll hold him off for as long as I can.
Bennee and I won't survive the night out there.
Medley, I saw the way Grant used to look at you. Lust bubbling, wrath churning. And that was back when Mrs. Cooper was with us. Since her passing, he stared at you with a darkness that I dare call demonic. A hellish obsession that'll fuel a man to tear up the floorboards and search between the walls until he find and torture his prey. I don't want that to happen to you. Neither of us want that for Bennee. Now, he will beat and batter me and tear this church apart until he finds you. The best I can do is give you time to hide while he does it.
Bennee? Bennee, baby, where you at?
Mama, everything all right? I heard you, Mr. James, yelling.
Me and Mr. James was talking about leaving for north a bit earlier than planned at first.
The escorts arrived?
Not exactly, baby. Just get up. Don't worry about it.
Ma!
Never gonna heal if you don't use it, right? Oh. You okay?
I told you I couldn't stand. Why Mr. James rushing us to leave all of a sudden? It don't make no sense.
He said it's getting dangerous around here.
Mama, what's going on? The dogs.
Their snarls.
Their jaws.
Tongues wide, hungry for dark hues.
The torches.
Flickering warmly and softly.
Inviting moths to burn.
In the light, pale hands shoot from the shadows, grasping for flesh that they've deemed property. Saw a sun-kissed woman and decided to pocket sunshine.
Sold as a dark delicacy.
Givers of heavenly pleasure, but wearer of wings too black to be angelic.
Still we sing so sweet.
How could they not cage our cries?
No horses to escape on.
Besides, they would hear the trotting as close as they've gotten. Escape on foot?
And let the dogs sniff out their unfinished meal.
Maul us just so pale hands can press metal to us. Metal chains, metal bars, all cutting wings.
Then how? How we release shackles and escape this lifelong cage?
We can choose to fly somewhere greedy hands can only clutch up at.
You hadn't been in that way, raiding my church in search of runaway slaves. Have you lost your mind? Now, James, I got 5 men outside who on my order can make this an actual raid. But it don't gotta be that way if I know I can trust you. Okay, I could deal with your drunken nonsense before, but this time you've gone too far. I know Bennee and that whore are here, god damn it! Oh, do not slander the Lord's name, especially in this home. Now, I told you the other day, I ain't got nothing to do with Medley's disappearance.
She ran away 3 days ago in the black of night, James. Now, I wasn't with her, but the paddy rollers caught me up. They said that Bennee and Medley killed a dog that had caught up to them. Right next to the dog's corpse was a bloody shoe looked like Bennie's.
You're bragging to me about you hurting a child?
Well, I didn't mean to. Look, if Bennie's injured, they can't be traveling. They'd have to stop for injuries, for rest, for supplies.
What you saying?
Bennee and Medley can't be surviving without help from someone.
Okay, well, Grant, you know I keep my hands clean of any business involving the accursed slave trade.
Well, yeah, aside from when one of them troubled Negroes stumbles into one of your confessionals. Wouldn't be the first time I caught Medley praying with you when she should have been out watching the horses.
You bringing your sinful business onto holy grounds is unacceptable. I need your paddy rollers, yourself, and your paranoia to leave this sanctuary. Guns in a church?
I am sure it is some sin to be stealing property from another man.
Human souls can't be owned by man.
Souls? James? I just want the bodies. Lash Medley something fierce for putting Bennee in danger. Get Bennee to a doctor.
Now you care for her well-being?
Well, maybe I'm just taking a page out of your book, brother. You always were soft on them slaves ever since we was knee-high. I remember when we was children, you'd always be playing with those animals a little more than the other white boys did. Would make sense if anybody around here was helping slaves escape, it'd be you.
You're sick.
I wouldn't be surprised if you was trying to run away with Medley.
Disturbed.
You ever dip your taint in muddy waters, James? I tell you, it is a wild ride.
You ever describe the ride to your wife?
Repeat yourself.
You've wasted 3 days chasing freed humans. You could have spent it grieving. You could have spent it in prayer. You could have searched and found healing and closure. Instead, you prefer to toy with other people's lives to avoid your pain. Make yourself feel better for a few seconds in your miserable day.
Well, you prying mighty heavily for someone who don't know where Bennee and Medley are.
I don't have to pry, brother. The pain is all over your face. The darkness in your eyes. His hair rugged, untrimmed, the deadness in your stare. No life, no love.
I don't want to put my hands on you again.
Hurting me or anyone else won't help you escape your guilt.
What the hell I got to feel guilty about?
Mrs. Cooper was struggling with her happiness long before your betrayal.
Where are they?
There is nothing here to help you escape your emptiness.
Bennee!
But there is something that can help you find true peace.
Medley!
God!
Medley, you bewitched
Family!
Bring back my wife!
The same you brought is what stole her.
Bring back Bennee.
You still wrestling with God in the desert?
Medley, set me free!
Only if you give freedom to your child.
Bennee! Medley? I knew I'd find you here!
Medley, you're supposed to escape!
I knew it! I knew it! You are a slick one, you. Medley, return Bennee or I'll hang you from a damn poplar! You dangle above the soil for hours just close enough to steal breath! The wind will carry your rotten stench for miles!
Please, God.
God! You thought you could escape me? Steal my daughter? You belong with me, Bennee! Bennee! Oh, God, the pain!
That ain't pain of the flesh, Grant.
You ain't that lucky.
Bennee! Bennee! What have you done?
We did what you never had the strength to do.
Gave ourselves freedom.
Bennee! Baby!
Was I your baby when Mrs. Cooper lashed Mama for your lust? Was I your baby when you strike me down just to attack my mother? No. Only your daughter after your wife's death. Only family when you got no more string to tie you up.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please help me. Free me from this pain.
Our wings can't be weighed down you no more.
Bennee!
Enough of my name in your mouth.
Bennee,
Yeah, Mama?
I ever told you about the first time I held you in my arms?
Yeah, Mama. Again.
You was laid in my arms, kind of like now, except back then you could nearly fit between my palm. I just stared at you the whole night thinking, all that pushing, all this pain for this itty bitty girl. But there you was, my little high yellow baby. Right after you was born, your auntie cleaned you off, wiped you down, and handed you to me. I held you tight in my arms and marveled at God's craftsmanship. How'd someone as ugly as Grant, but a woman as unlucky as me, make something so beautiful? So beautiful that I knew without a doubt I'd spend my whole life fighting off men who wanted to own you. Crackers attacking niggas left and right, hanging us from trees, betting us whenever they'd like. I thought, if the world's this ugly for a nigga, how the hell I'm supposed to protect her? But I had to let go of that fear and hold on to faith. God entrusted you with me for a reason, because he know I keep my promises.
And you promised me freedom. I know.
I'm sorry it ended like this.
No. No tears. Let the way flow. We're free to fly now.
Where shall we roam?
You tell me.